Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Jenk Plays with me, Jenk and today we're playing some more Transport Fever 2. Last episode we put in a brand new fuel line, producing refined fuel for Stockton and for Greensboro. And today I'm thinking we will finally complete our passenger train loop from Oceanside, McKinney, Salt Lake City up to Arlington, back round through West Valley City, Olathe, and through into Oceanside. As part of this, we're going to need to figure out a way to get public transport down from West Valley City to a train station somewhere around here, as we'll be bringing the Arlington rail along the waterfront down through Olathe, probably put a stop somewhere here on the outside of Olathe, and then bring it around, and finally finishing in Oceanside. And I'm thinking we might find ourselves with maybe a loop at some point in time, but for now I think it's just going to be a point-to-point from Oceanside, Olathe, West Valley City up to Arlington, and we'll keep them on separate platforms, because right now I don't think we quite have the layout down here for a loop. We might have to rethink our station or the track layout for them to come in and then go back out. But yeah, for now we'll just do a point-to-point between the two, and then maybe on another episode we can revisit it and rethink how we're going to get the loop, because it could just be that we only really need one platform here, but I think at some point we might want to connect Oceanside to other towns that aren't on here. We might need to relocate that station potentially on the outside, or we might even have multiple stations where we then bring potentially passenger trains across through the bottom and then link them up. So I think that's probably a lot later in this series. For now, let's just focus on what we're talking about doing. Just noticing that they've got quite a bit of demand for passengers there on the counterclockwise. Let's just beef this up a little bit. Let's just check the dates. Dates still at half speed. I'm going to put them back to normal for a bit. Because I've been doing some stuff off screen, I tend to leave the speed on the date a little bit lower, so we don't run through a whole bunch of vehicles we're never going to use. So, we've already got the station set up at Oceanside, we've got the station set up at Arlington, so I think what we should do before we put in the tracks is set up stations at Olathe and West Valley City. And I think West Valley City is probably going to be the most awkward one because, well, it's up on the mesa. So we need to figure out how we're going to get down from here. So there's probably two routes. One is following this natural decline here, or the other one is maybe out around this way. So yeah, I guess we'll just get started with this one and see where we wind up. So let's just put a big road, bring that, make it curvy, bring that round to say there, and then let's just see what happens if we try and go up. We cannot. If we try and go down, okay, we cannot. So I'm thinking what we might do is if we put something, say, along there, and then bring it around. Yeah, that's not. Hang on. Yes, that is going to be declining as quickly as it can decline. Yeah, I'm okay with some tunneling. That might be pretty cool. I don't know if you've ever seen the Italian Job. There's some very cool tunnels there. It's a little bit annoying that it's forwarding it there, so if we bring that in, yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. And if we bring that round to say there, okay, yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's try and tidy this up a bit, make it less stark. Like that, there we go. Cool, okay, so we then just need to link this in, and what we'll do is we'll destroy that house or those two houses. Let's see, is it still two? Make it straight, make it one, there we go. And then we will bring that through into, say, there, and we'll also have that be a junction there. As I think about it, probably want to upgrade these into town roads. There we go. And then over time they can build onto them, but it just gives us more links into the town. I think also probably, if we can, maybe to there, although that doesn't look. Let's see, get a nice curve on it. Nah, it doesn't like that at all. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. That'll be enough, it's only a small town. Okay, So we have our link down. When you think about where we're going to put our station, right now, none of these things need to be connected, so I'm just going to take them off for now while we put the station in, just so they are out of the way. And then maybe later on, if we want to use these industries, we can move other roads. It's entirely possible that before we even get around to bringing them online, they get despawned. But yeah, okay, so we've got the Arlington line there. That's then going to come around, follow the river around to, say, roughly here's probably where I'm thinking we'll wind up. This is going to be awkward if we ever want to use this. We might need to rethink this at a later date, but for now, unless we bring it round and in, and we could have potentially a train station in here as a terminus, and have them come in and go out, which I think actually might work quite well. It's just finding the space for it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do actually quite like that idea. If we bring that in, let's bring this back. And loop this round. I want a loop. Come on, there we go. No. To there. Straighten it out. Okay, and then a bit more of a bend on that one. Bring it round a bit, come on, to say there. Yeah, and then we put in our terminus station. It's going to be awkward because we are probably going to have to go very slow to this point. But yeah, let's do it. Okay, so then that's our terminus point. Might immediately regret this, let's see. Actually, 90 is not bad, to be honest. And then if we then split that out also at 90. There we go. So they come in, and then they change over on the way back out. Okay, quite happy with that. Let's see, bring this around. Oh, it's quite hilly there. I don't know if we're gonna... Yeah, that's gonna be a bit awkward, but we'll try it anyway. Quick autosave. Quick sip of water. And then try and bring that... It's snapping, we don't want it to snap. Bring that around. What if we bring that up a bit? Maybe slope a bit more. Bring it back a bit. Yeah, and then we'll make it, and then we'll deconstruct it, pull it back. Okay. And then around. This guy's annoying because he's in the way. And we're also going to hit that road there. So is it worth us trying to come around the inside actually thinking about it? Let's bring this back. I don't think, in case you haven't noticed, episodes where I mess around with trains seems to take quite a lot longer as we have to navigate quite a few more. Actually, I don't hate that. Okay. But it is, of course, assuming it's going to be single track. That's going to be interesting. I wish this guy wasn't here. I wish this guy wasn't here. And we can't delete industries? No, we can't. Thought maybe the update you'd be able to remove them, but they have a will of their own. Okay. So, if we assume this is our outside line, just bring that in as tight as we can. And then through. Yeah, if we do it like that. It's only a short tunnel. Let's see what happens if we cut it out. No, that's definitely going to be a tunnel. Okay. We want to bring that probably quite a bit tighter if we're paying for a tunnel anyway. Yeah, so there. And while I'm thinking about it, it's probably worth us just dual tracking it because we are going to have trains running both ways on here. Let's see if we really stretch that out. Oh, no. It's as far as it's going to stretch. So, I mean, it's not hugely slower than 90 anyway. There. Okay. Let's see. Let's think about if we're coming from Arlington. We've got a switch. Yes, we put in a switch. Yeah. Gonna have to think about how we're gonna get over around the existing tool line. So 85. 85 is not super fast, but it's faster than any train we've got right now. And by the time probably we get around to doing high speed, we will have probably changed the layout of these trains anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so that's the inside. Let's go at 120. If we bring it over, you just need to level out. You don't need to keep going up. Yeah, okay. That works, although that bridge pillar is a little bit annoying. Maybe to there. Yeah, and then we can move that road as well. Okay. So bring this up. I've got a new train, 100 kilometers an hour. Very exciting. We'll add that. We might even have this on. No, I think for now we need to keep all the trains on this line be the same. So we'll probably keep what we've got. Just trying to make a decision on whether or not we cut this road out now. Yeah, if we cut the road out, we can bring it back in later. Although having cut it out, there doesn't appear to be any concern. That's because it's not a main link. It's a road we've put in ourselves. Or they can go out now. Okay, so there's no complaints about that road being demolished for now. So if we just leave it as is, and then we can reinstate it later if we want. To be honest, I'm inclined to just take that all the way back to our road that we put in a few episodes ago. That. Oh, too far. Go. No, I'm thinking about this. This is Arlington don't care about tools. And that road is what's connecting. Okay, fine. Yeah, so they don't care. None of the towns really care about that. That's fine. So we bring this round. Gotta think about what we're trying to get to. So we want to go around like that. So we are probably going to want to move or relocate, realign that road there, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. So we start with this, the inside track for now. I'm probably okay with drilling through that heap. There we go. Let's just get straight. Let's just do a nice straight line until we get to the point where it gets a little bit awkward. Okay, so that is probably to there. Pretty well aligned where we need to get to. It is, fine. Okay. Just bring that along. Make sure it's snapping. I was thinking about this last time we did a railroad near water. Yeah, we probably want to actually bring that up. Because if we try and do any landscaping, we wind up with water on the tracks. So if we bring this back and then make sure it's not drilling, let's elevate slightly and put a curve on it. Probably don't need to elevate quite that far if we're not putting a... Yeah, maybe to there. Yeah, and bring that back. Okay, you are on the surface, so hopefully if we connect you two... Fine. Okay, that looks alright. Snap this along. Just make sure it's still above the water level, which it is. Oh, it's not that last bit. Okay, we'll take that out. It's back. And you might be wondering, why is he making so much effort to stop it from going under the waterline? Well, when we tried to do it on this side, we tried to landscape, but it was really difficult because the water kept appearing and it made it really awkward because you couldn't smooth it out or level it off or anything without there being water getting in the way. Maybe down one, but no, I'm pressing too many buttons. Up one, just make sure that that's okay. Fine. Inside. And then let's just connect the two, see how that looks. Stays above the water line, got a level crossing. To be fair, we probably don't even need to remove that road. The frequency of the trains is probably not going to be high enough to really impact the rate of the trucks delivering to Olathe right now. So probably don't need to worry about that too much. There we go. Okay, so we've now got Arlington down to West Valley City. Now we need to do Olathe. Just give me a sec to think. So I'm thinking we might do an out of town stop and then shuttle them in. Maybe in a later game when we've got electric trains we can think about, or even diesel trains, we could think about breaking into the middle of the city. But right now with the pollution that our steam trains do, unless it makes sense, like in say in Salt Lake or McKinney, where it makes sense for it to be at that point. I don't think we necessarily want to be putting train stations in the middle of the city, although early on it was also quite expensive, you have to delete everything, whereas now we definitely have the cash to do so. Yeah, okay, well we've got West Valley City, we need to put in a passenger link here. So if we put it at the bottom of the hill, say there, and we'll put in the bus and tram stop, say there, we'll put that line in, from there to there. Let's just check, is that covering everywhere? It is not. Okay, so if we put in two actually, and then we can have them stop at multiple points. So he's going to come up around this way, he's going to be on the right hand side there, the right hand side there, and he's going to come back down. So we're going to take these out, remove that, West Valley Exchange to Green Street to quick autosave, quick sip of tea. Then up to Hickory Street and then back down again. There we go. Fine. And we'll put a passenger wagon on it already. There's some stagecoaches now. Let's do two to start. I need to name that line. I keep forgetting to name lines. So this is going to be road passenger, West Valley City, loop. There we go. So they'll start bringing people between those 2 points and down to here. And then once the train gets set up, they will be putting people on the train as well. Okay. Do we want to put this road back in? I feel like we should, to be honest, but we'll need to find a way to get around our setup here. Let's just do that quickly. So we've got the road that comes up. It's probably where it should split off. Don't know why it does this. I clearly don't want to go that way. There we go. Bring it along, and we can have it follow, make it straight, follow alongside the tracks for a bit. Yeah, keep it around this way, and then yeah, if we put in a bridge, 1, 2, 3. It's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Put in the bridge around the same point. Bring that up. To there. And then bring that round. To there. I mean, that is hideous. but it will do. It's functional. It will do for now. Later on, we're probably going to revisit these and tidy them up once we get better roads and better train tracks and better bridges. But for now, that will do. Let's just landscape a little bit, make it less messy. Okay, fine. So we've got our road link back in. Got to West Valley City, Arlington. Okay. So this station here, it's going to be an interesting one because we've got this annex there which we're using to distribute stuff. So we're going to need to think about how we're going to get through this bit without causing too much disruption. So maybe by the time we get to here we're already elevated. We just go over the top of it, in which case we want to put the station a bit further back. So if we take out this road here, maybe we put the station back here, or I don't know. Well, let's bring the track out first. Let's bring the track round. Then we want to split it. We're gonna have to split it, say there. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, let's quickly signal because I keep forgetting. So, in on the left, out on the right. This brings along. I keep saying this every episode that I have trains in. I know there's a mod to auto signal. This is a mod-free playthrough. There's not really necessarily a logic or rationale to how I'm putting these in, but it's kind of like, oh, move a bit until I can't see them anymore. There's definitely like an optimum positioning that means that you can have a lot more trains on it, but given the rates and frequencies that we're dealing with, this kind of like rough and ready estimated distances is sufficient for most of the time. And it does what we need to do. Okay, so that's now signaled. Okay, and then we're going to bring this round, bring it back to tracks. We want the inside because the inside is going to be the slower one. Okay, so we're going to have to go around, I think. So around here, and then around there. Okay. Can I try and reduce? No, it's not really giving me much luck in reducing how much sand we're cutting into. We'll have to, yeah. We'll tidy that up after. Let's bring it around. And now this guy is the inside. Bring that around. So it's quite a bit smoother. Let's also just take this road out. I keep taking roads out. The reason why I'm not too concerned about leaving roads in for these industries is because the rate at which industries are appearing and reappearing means that I'm pretty confident that these probably won't be here by the time that we get around to needing them. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, and then I'm thinking maybe we just relocate this road. So we pause it for now. Let's move this road out of the way. Oh. Back. Okay, now it's complaining that the road's been disrupted. Or it's going to be my line that's disrupted actually. Okay. What I'm thinking we'll do is if we put in the bridge first, we'll go over. That might be a bit too high. Down a little bit. Oh. That's definitely not high enough. Not high enough. One more? Yeah, okay, so one more. So we go straight through the cross. Actually, bring it, say there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So shift, clicking and holding shift changes the height, but also pressing shift is what you use to not stick to things, and it was sticking to the roads there. And I don't want it to stick to the roads. Okay, so say there. So there. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Okay, so bridge pillar. There. Okay. And then that can then come down and round. If we bring it down first. That's up. That's down. Okay, so we want to bring it down to ground level. Say there. Fine. And then if we're bringing that round to ground level somewhere around. Let's see. Say there. Yeah. Okay. So that's actually a bit below ground level. There you go. Is also below ground level. There you go. Fine. So we've got that stretch there, which means that we still have perfect access to our food distribution network. We can then potentially, looking at this, bring this around, put the station in somewhere, say here. Yeah, let's do that. If we put the station in now, so we're at a passenger station. Right now we want 2, and we're going with 240, I think. So we've got 240 on that one. Got 160 on this one. Yeah, we'll go with 240. A little bit of future proofing. Okay, so we put this guy in, say there. Bring this road back. Let's quickly just link this. Bring this round. So that's still 120. Let's watch if we just do that. Yeah, there's some digging. We'll smooth it out. Bring this through. Okay. Make that big and strong. Smooth. Okay. Fine. Okay. So now we need to think about what we're doing with this road. Given the height differences here, we can probably go over quite easily. Don't even need to be that high actually, do we? Go, say there, up 1, down 1. I just want a level bridge. Why won't you give me a level bridge? Okay, so we then put that, say, there. Okay, cool. And then we'll make that a street up to there, make it train, and then on the other side we'll do country road, bring it down to the ground, smooth it out. There we go. And then be really lazy. Oh no, can't be really lazy because the train's not level. And then bring that through. There we go. And then while we're at it, let's just upgrade that to a fast road. Okay, so we now have our train coming through. We could probably unpause this now, actually thinking about it. Yeah, so we've got a train connection through to Olathe. Let's quickly signal it while we remember. Put them in every so often. A bit more. Yeah, just button that. Let's smooth that out. Smooth. And then a little bit further. What a save. Quick sip of tea. Some more signals. Some more signals. And then here, stop them there as they're coming in. Then let's just smooth this bit out. Tidy up a bit. Okay. Fine. And now I just need to set up a passenger network here. Could probably extend the one that we've already got. So we want electric. Bring this through to say there. And then if we configure this and add a second street access, there we go. We can just bring this through, a curvy one, bring this through into there, and link this into, yeah, they're not there. I don't know why I went. Let me put it in there. Okay, we link in there, and then we'll upgrade that. Okay, and let's just go around and say upgrade all of these with electric trams, just future-proofing ourselves. At some point we will get electric trams. Right now I think they're all still horse-powered. And that then comes through, we go out to there, just upgrade that to electric. And what I might do is really annoy that person, that one house that's there, bring that through. We're not going to have tram tracks on it. because that will then link that one up to there. Okay, so what we can do is put in a tram station, say electric tram. Just drop this in there. Yeah, there. And we will configure this. We'll put a passenger building on it, which should hopefully connect. Yeah, if we put a passenger building, put a big one on the end, will that work? No, no, no. That's annoying. Not one there. Not one there. Okay. So that then connects in. So that covers that. That still actually covers quite a bit that this does not cover. Cover the town centre. I think we might want to do what we've done in one of our other cities where we have a loop around the middle. Yeah, so we have we'll have our centre loop. So these 4. Or will we? Hang on, gotta think about this. Because this one will, that stop covers the station, so we won't necessarily need that. Thinking about it, if that covers the station, yeah, okay, let's undo some of this. So if we take that back and put in an electric one there, what we can do is add a tram stop, say there, just so it's covered, and then it can come through and around. I'm just seeing that. Okay, we do actually cover everyone else. Fine. So all we need to do is manage the line. So this is clockwise. So after that one, we add this guy. There we go. And this is counterclockwise. So after Meadow Street, we add that one. Okay, there we go. So the train station's now plumbed in. We will remove the tram track there. Okay, fine. So Olathe is now plumbed in. Now we just need to bring the track the rest of the way down through to Oceanside down the bottom there. This might take a while because it's quite a long way, so bear with me. Let's just take a look at this. Just following it all the way down. Again, it's relatively flat. So I know we talked about like, oh, at some point this is going to become a loop line. I mean, theoretically it could, because we've got a switch on. But I think for now, I think I just want it to be a point-to-point, and then maybe another episode we can come and revisit it, because otherwise, trying to figure out the switch line, this episode might get longer than it already will be, and I don't want it to be too long. The last train episode we had was very long, and I'm looking at my timer here, and we are already over 30 minutes here, so I'll try not to take too long setting this up, because there's other things that we can do that aren't making passenger lines. And I know that, okay, this is Transport Fever, you know, the whole thing is making trains, it's comes with the territory, but it's nice to do a lot of everything. So, for example, when I was considering one of the things we could do today, I was like, oh, maybe we could do some boats. But I sat down and looked at the map, and I realized, actually, you know what, we do need to put in this line. This is a big milestone on our way to one of our objectives, which is connecting all the towns by train. By doing this gives us probably half of our cities being ticked off on that. And just to be clear, when I'm saying connect all towns by train, I don't mean they all have to be point-to-point connected, but you can get to a station that will put you on a train that will get you to another city. So, for example, just a quick aside, once we finish this loop, we might have a hub at Oceanside, we might have a hub maybe at Olathe, maybe at McKinney, and we can say, well, actually, these are the points that you can enter into this island, but they don't need to go, say, from Stockton to Salt Lake City, because from a transport perspective, that doesn't make a huge amount of sense. And that I think is quite important to me, is that it makes sense that we're doing it. I don't want to just be like, okay, so we've got this really complex, massive train network, but actually it doesn't really make sense, because like, in what real world scenario would you have a train that comes from, say, Greensboro, one of our smallest towns, all the way down to, say, Miramar, another one of our smallest towns? It wouldn't make sense to have a line-to-line there, but you could, say, go from Greensboro to Stockton to Oceanside and then transfer over, or something to that effect. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm getting with this. I'm thinking I might need to do something with this road, which is why I just paused it. I was in the middle of saying things, so I didn't deal with it immediately. Let's just take that out for now. We've paused it, so while it complains, it's not the end of the world. Although there is a vehicle in the way, of course. There's always a vehicle in the way. Let's bring this back. There we go. Let's chase this vehicle all the way home. Come on, you can do it. A bit further. Okay. A bit more. Yeah, actually, think about it. Probably to, say, there. And then we've got our track there. Okay. And that's dual tracked? No, it's single tracked. Where's the... okay, yeah, fine. So that's the inside of that bend, but this is now the inside. That's straight into sand. Okay, let's think about where we're going with this. So we want to curve this around. What happens if we just connect them? Jesus. Yeah, no, we can't do that. That is ridiculous. So I'm guessing there's some incline changes here. Okay, let's do this in sections and see if we can get through it without it being a massive, obscene tunnel. Let's put a curve on that. Yeah, keeping that at the right level. So that's still on the inside. Okay, so it seems to have leveled out. Let's just do one final stretch, see how that goes. Nope, too far. One more. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm happy with that. That works. And then we can just snap it all the rest of the way. A bit further. A bit more. Okay, and then that comes around the corner. Okay, so we now need to think about how we're going to reconnect this road. So it wants to be on the left-hand side of the track from our perspective here. So really, we could bring them back to, say, there, and put in... Well, I'm thinking about where these cars are coming from. Is it just a connection that's upset about, or is it the McKinney road passengers? So there is a road transport for passengers going on here. What we can do is, that leads into the city as well. Let's bring this round, and we can just do what we did before with the other track, which is just have the road run alongside it, which is something you see in the real world, so I'm okay with that. Oh, stop snapping. Don't snap. It's rude to snap, don't you know? Okay, bring this down. Cool. Go around the woodcutting place, and then we'll just link into the existing Kirby Road. Boom. Okay, fine. So we can unpause now. We've got that road back in. Now we just need to put in some signals. So we come out on the right, come in on the left. Okay, so somewhere around there, they'll need to stop. Put some signals there. Some signals here. I'm just going to keep saying signals. There's probably other words for these. Direction line guides, flashy thingamabobs. I don't know. I'm not a trained person, to be honest. I know it's kind of weird. So I'm playing Transport Fever and putting in train lines and not being super into trains, but I don't know, there's something dissatisfying about this game that really scratches my brain itch sometimes when you just need like a bit of sense of order. Like everything kind of makes sense in this game, generally. Sometimes it doesn't, but often that's just because you're not thinking about it. Okay, so we've now got our signals in. We've got our passenger transport expanded and extended in Olathe. We've got our passenger transport done in West Valley City, and it's already there in Arlington. So now we just need to put in our line. So we're going to start with Oceanside, which I think is probably our main hub at the moment. Start Oceanside, up through to Olathe, to West Valley City, and then to Arlington, and then it will turn around there because it's got a switch, back to West Valley City, back to Olathe, and then finally into Oceanside. Okay. Cool, so the line is now in. That's going to be train, passenger, OS, OL, WVC to AL, return. So we've got 4 stops on each side of this line. Oceanside and Arlington are going to love this. It's going to massively increase their transport connections. Where's our nearest train hub? Okay, so that one there, because we've got a switch here. Oh, what line is that on? So we want to switch that to be Terminal 1, and we want to switch that one to be Terminal 2. And that is unhappy. Is it because I've just switched you? Flip. You should now have a path. Pause it. Speed up a bit. All the passengers are upset they got to move, but yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see what is on this train. So we've got a 260 Mogul and a 4-car passenger vehicle. So let's do that. Let's do a 260 Mogul and then 4 of these. We'll buy that, and then we'll put that on the purple line. There we go. And he's going to wait for the other guy to come past. No, he's not, because he's going the opposite way. That's the thing. Waypoints. Nice. So this is one of the things they've added to the new update is the horn line. So as trains go past, they blow their horns. So if there's a town that you really love, or a little outpost that you want to remind of your existence, you can get them going. Okay, so actually we need to add some more vehicles here. As I'm going around, I am noticing things that I'm like, these lines need checking. As the game goes on, this happens. It's got a nice new boat. I think this is a passenger boat. I do want to put in some passenger lines, potentially a ship from Stockton to Oceanside. I think that'd be pretty cool. You can connect that into the train line here. We might even be able to do, let's see, are there any other big cities on the water? Abilene is a bit too small. As Arlington grows, it might be worth it, but we could have ships doing passenger transport. The problem with ships is they're quite expensive and they're quite slow. Let's see, we don't have any passengers on there just yet. Lots of demand for the right-hand line. Some demand already coming on the west side. I think it will take a few minutes. So what I'll do is I'll just let this run for a few minutes, and then I'll come back in once some passengers turn up. So see you guys in a minute. So just bringing you back in quickly because we've just unlocked a whole bunch of new things. We've got a new passenger vehicle. Vandals are around for a very long time, and a whole bunch of new cargo vehicles for the trains. I've been watching this run for a bit. The train line is growing. It's still not profitable, but we're getting there. I had wanted to wait a little bit longer before I brought you in, but seeing all those vehicles pop up, I figured now is the right time to just say, to mention what's going on. And I think probably with what we've got now, we can see that they keep popping up. Probably by the time that we have the next episode come on, this line's going to be saturated and we can put another train in. I'm already noticing that the addition of this is overwhelming our public transport networks in the cities that we've added to the line. So it's probably something I'm going to have to beef up offline. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.